He proved it last night when he was matched up against the star-studded Nets. It was Ja's evening. They got the win, and he put on an absolute show, Mr. Rose.
The thing I love about Ja's game, let me make sure I stress this. It seems like each time he does a play going towards the basket, it's improvised. That's what I appreciate. It's off schedule. You saw the lob that he caught with his left hand?
Oh, we're about to see it now.
Oh, I'm going to catch it with one, and then I'm going to catch it with two and flush the toilet? Like, he didn't know that was going to happen when he woke up yesterday. He just playing the game. There it is. Ooh! And the improved three-point shooting also. Shooting off the dribble, shooting off the catch. This was, for a regular season game, Jacoby, in a lot of ways it reminded me of a summer league game. Because the best players were unstoppable and unguardable. Each team shot over 50% from the floor. Wasn't sloppily played at all.
No.
And Bane got going in the second half.
Sure did.
And when he started throwing those shoulders around, you know, I flew to Memphis just to interview him last year because I was not surprised at his ascension in the NBA. A knockdown three-point shooter. He's going to flirt with 50, 40, 90. And the thing I love, he plays within himself. See, a lot of times when you have a guy like Ja Morant on the team, you end up taking turns when you get hot. But what I appreciated is when he started making shots, he didn't have to worry about it. You know why? Wu-Tang Clan must have been at the game because they kept feeding him and feeding him and feeding him and feeding him. And again, KD and Kyrie was balling.
There they were.
The two top players for Memphis had 38. They both had 37. I believe Memphis had 4 players in double figures. But again, the elephant in the room that we're gonna keep talking about, we know Kyrie's gonna dazzle. We know KD's an unstoppable offensive player. But if the Nets are gonna be a contender, what's after that? That's the issue. What's after that? And it was good to see Joe Harris out there, and great to see Ben Simmons, you know, trying to play a floor game, getting a couple of assists, a couple of finishes, but he can't be fouling out late the way he did.
Yeah, well,
like Ja had the ball.
Ja had the ball, and he actually spoke about it after the game. And Ben Simmons, one of the biggest problems with him so far this season is just foul trouble. Like, he has to stay on the floor, and even in preseason, he was fouling out. And he fouled out in this one, and Ja baited him into it and used his memory to do so. Let's let Ja explain.
If y'all want to, go dig up a play, I think it was like my rookie year. We was in Philly. Might have been my rookie year. We was in Philly, and the same situation happened like that. Versus Ben in the first half, and I went to look at Coach to get the play, and he ran through the ball, got the steal, and went to dunk.
So you knew about that before the game started? And
I knew it at that moment. Once I seen him, I was rolling the ball, and I was at half. I looked at Coach, and I see him try to look like, oh yeah, so I knew I had him. He was gonna press up, and I was just gonna force the ref to make the call.
Great head games there from Ja Morant, but Ben Simmons has had a lot of foul trouble. I think he'll get better as the season goes on. What do you think about him so far?
So, if I had to give him a grade, I would give him a C. It's okay to play a floor game defensively and be one of the best lockdown players in the league. And that's what Ben Simmons has been. That's what he will continue to be. But the game is so hard, Jacoby, I promise you, it's so difficult when you can't shoot. It's so hard. It's tough for him to initiate offense when you're playing with KD and Kyrie, who are so effective, because your man becomes an automatic help defender. And so for Ben, that inherently seems to frustrate his game. And that's where you see him forcing passes, when you see him running through screens, getting offensive fouls, when you see him trying to take the ball from Ja late, knowing he got 5 fouls because he's trying to make a play, because he's pressing in order to contribute. And I believe that he's clearly going to continue to get better and more confident. I'm happy that he's healthy first and foremost. But the next thing I'm going to need to see is some scoring in double figures, Jacoby. They're going to need his points. The other team yesterday scored 130 plus points. They had 130, shot 50% and lost. They lost the game on the, you shoot like that on the road, you normally win. So I'll give his performance a C so far.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.